What if I told you that everything you've been taught about getting rich is wrong? Or at least, it's only a tiny piece of the puzzle. We're all fed the same story. Go to school, land a good job, save diligently, and maybe one day you'll be wealthy. But is that really the path? Here's a crazy stat for you. Studies of self-made millionaires show that the vast majority didn't get there with a high-paying job. In fact, a full one-third of them never broke the six-figure salary mark in any single year of their career. So if it wasn't a massive paycheck, how did they do it? They understood a secret that most people miss. There isn't just one path to wealth, there are four. The four ways to become wealthy. And the one you choose drastically changes your income, your freedom, and how fast you can build a fortune. So, let's break down these four paths, see the hidden pros and cons of each, and help you get off the slow, crowded trail and onto the right path for you. Alright, path number one, the employee. This is the world most of us live in. You have a job, you work for a company, and you get a steady paycheck for your time and skills. Honestly, it has some pretty compelling perks. The biggest one is stability. That predictable salary makes it way easier to budget and plan your life. You're also shielded from the company's biggest risks. You don't have to lie awake at night worrying if the new product will be a flop or where the next big client is coming from. Your employer takes on that stress. Plus, you usually get benefits, health insurance, paid vacation, and retirement plans like a 401k, often with a company match, which is literally free money. Your taxes are also simple. They're automatically handled for you. But that safety comes with a heavy price, control. Your income is almost always capped. Salary bumps are small and slow, tied to company policies and budget reviews. You can be the most brilliant person in the room, generate millions in value for the company, but your paycheck will rarely reflect that. You are trading unlimited potential for predictable security. On top of that, you have very little freedom. Your hours, your location, even what you wear are usually decided by someone else. And from a wealth-building perspective, the tax system isn't doing you many favors. You pay taxes on your money before you get to see it, and you miss out on the huge deductions available on other paths. Being an employee is a solid way to earn a living, but it's statistically the slowest road to wealth because you're always trading your time for money. The second path, the self-employed. So, if the employee path feels too restrictive, you might be tempted by path number two, going self-employed. This is for the person who decides to break free from the corporate world and go it alone. Think freelance writers, consultants, plumbers, or real estate agents. They don't have a boss because they are the boss. The main upside here is a huge boost in freedom. As a freelancer, you pick your clients, your projects, and your work schedule. That autonomy is incredibly appealing. Your income potential also jumps up. You're not stuck with a salary. You can charge what you're worth and make more money by working smarter or landing better clients. The tax situation improves too. You can deduct all sorts of business expenses, your home office, software, travel, which lowers the amount of income you have to pay taxes on. You can also put way more money into special retirement accounts, like a SEP IRA or solo 401k, letting you save for the future much more aggressively than a typical employee. But that freedom has its own traps. The biggest downside is income instability. Life as a freelancer can be a roller coaster of feast or famine. You constantly have to be selling yourself to find the next gig. If you're not working, you're not earning. And all those employee benefits? They're gone. Health insurance, retirement, paid vacation, that's all on you now. There are no sick days when you own your job. And while you get more tax deductions, your tax bill gets more complicated and expensive. You're hit with the full self-employment tax, which covers both the employer and employee side of Social Security and Medicare. At the end of the day, the self-employed path is still about trading time for money. Sure, you might be making more per hour, but your income is still directly capped by the hours you can physically put in. It's a step up in freedom, but it isn't true leverage. We're about to dive into the two paths where real scalable wealth is built, the ones that break the time for money trap. If you're getting value from this and you're ready to see how it's done, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. It's a tiny click for you, but it makes a massive difference for me. The third path, the business owner. This brings us to our third path, and it's a game changer, the business owner. Now, you might be thinking, isn't that the same as being self-employed? Nope. The difference comes down to one word, systems. A self-employed person owns a job. A business owner owns a system that works for them. A true business owner isn't doing all the work themselves. They're focused on building a company that can run without them. They hire a team, create efficient processes, and delegate. This is where you unlock the power of leverage. Instead of being limited to your own 24 hours in a day, you're now leveraging the time and talents of many people. Your income is no longer tied to your personal effort. It's tied to the output of your entire system. This is the path to real scalability. A well-run business can make you money while you're sleeping or on vacation. You build equity, a valuable asset you can one day sell for a life-changing sum. And the tax advantages are enormous. The tax code is designed to reward business creators, offering deductions and efficiencies that employees and freelancers can only dream of. Of course, with great reward comes great risk. As the owner, you are responsible for everything. The financial, legal, and operational weight is all on your shoulders. If the business goes under, you could lose everything you've invested. It's not just about being good at a skill anymore. You have to be a leader, a manager, and a strategist. That jump from doing the work to leading the work is a huge hurdle, and it's why many amazing freelancers fail when they try to become business owners. It takes a ton of time, capital, and mental toughness. But for those who pull it off, this is where generational wealth is born. And that leads us to the fourth and final path. The fourth path, the investor. This is where your money finally starts working for you, instead of you working for your money. An investor uses their capital, which they often earned from one of the other three paths, to buy assets that generate even more money. We're talking stocks, real estate, or even shares in private companies. The biggest advantage here is truly passive income. Your assets are working for you 24/7, generating returns whether you're paying attention or not. This is the path of compounding, where your returns start making their own returns, creating an explosion of growth over time. The tax benefits are the best of all. Income from long-term investments is typically taxed at a much lower rate than income from a job, allowing your wealth to grow even faster. The investor path is the peak of financial freedom. It completely separates your income from your time. But it has a big barrier to entry. You need money to make money. You have to earn capital before you can invest it, which is why most people start on one of the other paths to build that initial nest egg. The other major catch is risk. Every investment comes with the risk of loss. Markets go up and down, and it's entirely possible to lose your shirt if you don't know what you're doing. This is why knowledge is just as important as capital. To be a successful investor, you need education, patience, and the emotional strength to not panic sell when things get choppy. Research confirms that while many millionaires have several streams of income, it's their consistent, long-term investing that truly builds and protects their fortune. So those are the four paths. The secure but slow path of the employee. The free but grinding path of the self-employed. The scalable but stressful path of the business owner. And the passive but capital-heavy path of the investor. None of these is automatically right or wrong. The best one for you hinges on your personality, your appetite for risk, and what you truly want out of life. In fact, many successful people move between these paths over their lifetime. They might start as an employee to build skills, jump to self-employed for higher income, use that cash to launch a business, and then use the profits from that business to become an investor. The real takeaway is this. The old advice to just get a good job shows you only one route on the map. Real wealth is built with leverage and ownership. It's about making the shift from working for money to having your assets work for you. Figure out which path you're on right now. Then, make a conscious decision about where you want to go next. That decision is the first real step on your journey to financial freedom. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments the path you are in this moment of your life.